Ladies and gentlemen, we will be now announcing our top 10 finalists. Starting off with... Again, this is in no particular order. Congratulations! Finalist number... Congratulations, finalist number 2.
Candidate number 2, step forward, during now, deliver advocacy. You're given 2 minutes.
Good evening. As a proud son of Ifugao, I have seen how globalization brings both opportunities and challenges. But aside from progress, many young Cordilleras are slowly drifting away from the culture that gave us our identity, our traditions, our values, and the wisdom of our elders. When I was a boy, my late grandmother would tell me stories and folk tales of our people. When she fell ill, I helped care for her, like any other youth would. But as I grew older, I became distracted by modern life and took her presence for granted. I realized too late how much wisdom we lose when we fail to listen. But tonight, I stand before you to remind the youth, let us reconnect with our elders, listen to their stories, and live by their values, as they are living libraries of our heritage. Because when we honor our roots, we protect our future. I am a Cordillera, and I believe the youth are the true guardians of our heritage. Thank you.
Next candidate, who is in the top 10, goes to candidate number... Candidate number 12. Kindly proceed with your 2 minutes advocacy.
In our mountains, we were taught a simple truth. Land is not owned, it is borrowed from the future. Today, I stand here not just only as an advocate, but as a protector of our heritage. Our ancestral land were built not with machines, but with wisdom and harmony with the nature. And this is a proof that progress and sustainability can exist side by side. But today, our mountains that shape us are threatened. And now, who will speak for them if we remain silent? As Cordillerans, we must rise with purpose. We must uphold our culture, which is Inayan, our unique value of preserving our land. And I stand here as an advocate. I stand here with one purpose, and that is to engineer a future where Cordillera still breathes. Agyamana.
Ginoong number... Ginoong number 4.
Good evening. As a personal trainer, an athlete, and a master's student of guidance and counseling, I advocate for both mental and physical well-being. I coined the idea, mental stamina, the ability to stay focused despite any challenges. It's not about how well you perform at your best, but how strong you remain when you're not. As a trainer, I've seen people break their personal records in the gym and yet still feel defeated in life. As a student of guidance and counseling, I've seen how emotional resilience transforms someone more deeply than any physical transformation ever could. My goal here is simple. Train your mind with the same dedication you train your body, and care for your body with the same compassion you give your mind. Seek help when needed, because seeking help doesn't make you weak. It means that you are choosing to recover and to grow. As a son of the Cordillera, I see mental stamina reflected in our heritage, in the way our elders live with dignity, in the patience of our farmers, and in the solidarity of our communities. This message is for everyone, for the student fighting burnout, for the worker surviving another long day, and for the person smiling while silently struggling. So I stand here today to remind you, you don't have to be strong all the time. You just have to keep showing up, one day, one thought, and one breath at a time. That is mental stamina, the strength that begins in the mind, grows in your heart, and shines through in every challenge overcome. Bas-ilen Cordillera.
Body, the flawless skin, the perfect diet. We often forget that fitness is not only about how we look, but about how we live, think, and feel. My advocacy is holistic fitness, a fitness that goes beyond the gym, beyond the mirror, and into the very core of who we are. It begins with the body, our vessel of strength. We move not to impress, but to express self-respect. We eat not to restrict, but to nourish. It continues with the mind, our source of clarity. When we practice gratitude, resilience, and peace of thought, we become emotionally strong. And it is completed by the Spirit, our anchor of purpose. When we connect with our faith, our values, and our inner peace, we find true balance. Holistic fitness is the harmony of these three: physical, mental, and spiritual well-being. Because I believe that a strong body means little if the mind is restless and the soul is empty. Before we pursue our cause and purpose to the community, we must first possess a harmony of a healthy body, mind, and spirit. So tonight, I stand before you to remind everyone that wellness is not only about how we look, but by how we live, think, and feel. Thank you, and let's enjoy the rest of the evening.
It's your time to provide your pitch. Candidate number. Candidate number 10.
Hello everyone. At this age, I have traveled a lot of places and witnessed the negative impact of tourism. And that pushed me to advocate environmental protection, which I entitled Explore, Protect, and Preserve. I want to influence my fellow youths to embrace adventure. And I believe that this is one step ahead of having a sustainable tourism, because I want them to be motivated and visit one of God's creation, that instead of having vices and destroying their body that God has given to us, why not use this time to create a memorable experiences? And I believe that this advocacy is all about passion and inspiration, because this is what I have. This is my privilege to share with everyone. That will be all. Thank you so much.
Culture is a legacy we should sustain and protect. Without our culture, we ourselves are lost. I am not just an advocate for cultural sustainability, I live with it. Through my advocacy, I have been in the mountains of Kalinga, sat down with elders, laughed with the youth, and listened to men. I approached them not to teach them what culture is, but to remind them that culture is within their hands, their voices, and their choices. Gabi ng kultura at ng kabataan. This initiative was from my advocacy and was from the simple truth that culture lives best when it is felt and not just taught. This is more than just an activity or a program. It is a heartbeat. Stories are sung, dances became memories, and learning feels like home. By doing so, we are not just celebrating culture, we are living with it, we are embracing it. In every moment, I encourage others to rediscover what's within them, the rhythm of our ancestors' heritage, the wisdom of our elders, and the fire of our youth that is being carried today. This is how we sustain culture. We don't preserve them in silence and we don't put them in museum. This is why I am here to live my purpose. Ginoong Cordillera 2025 is a platform to turn culture into connection, advocacy into action, and to live with heritage, not just to remember. I have done my work in Kalinga, not of applause, but with purpose. And with this new beginning, I am ready to stand and represent Cordillera, Agbyag di Cordillera. Thank you.
Thank you once again, Ginoong Cordillera.
Number. Congratulations, you're part of top 10. Ginoong number 11.
Our culture is our crown. It is the rhythm of the gongs, the colors of our whips, and the heartbeat of our ancestors that still echoes within us today. We are Cordillerans, proudly rooted. Preserving roots and basic identity is more than just an advocacy. It is a movement, a living call to remember who we are and where we came from. In every thread of the Inabel, in every beat of the gangsa, in every story that our elders shared from us, shape us for who we are today. But in this world that changes so quickly, many of our traditions fade into silence. That's why the youth must rise. We must become the bridges to our ancestors and to the generations yet to come. Because if we dance our indigenous steps, support our local artisans, and to celebrate our music and language, we breathe life back into our culture. Because preserving our roots is not just to stay in the past, it is to walk forward with our identity intact. Because our culture is not just our story, it is our pride, our honor, our foundation, and our promise to the world that Cordilleran spirit will never fade. Thank you.
Once again, let's give it more number 11.
You are in the top 10. Candidate number 6.
A heart of a volunteer. As a Philippine Navy reservist and a man of faith, I stand before you as a proud advocate of a heart that chooses to serve. For me, volunteering is not measured by what we gain in return, but by the genuine care and compassion that we extend to other people. In the Cordillera, we are known for having a spirit of solidarity, or what we call binada, wherein we Cordillerans come together, uplift each other, and serve as tower of strength to those who are going through adversities. And this is the same spirit that I aim to uphold and magnify by reminding all of you that serving is not just an act, but a way of life. Through this advocacy, I encourage everyone to see volunteering not as a burden, but a privilege, an opportunity to create ripples of positive change in our community. For while many of us may dream of change, it takes courage, heart, and action to bring those change to life. As I always say, I may not be able to change the world by helping one person, but definitely, I can change the world of one person by having within me a heart of a volunteer. And in doing so, I hope to inspire all of you to do the same, because a heart that serves has the power to move even the highest mountains. Once again, ako po si Marvin Tullong, Petty Officer 3rd Class, Philippine Navy Reserve. At patuloy ko pong isinasabuhay na ang paglilingkod ay hindi lamang tungkulin, kundi ito ay ang isang karangalan at pagmamahal sa ating kapwa, sa ating bayan, at sa ating Diyos. Maraming salamat po at magandang gabi po ninyo.
Number 6 from Trinidad, Miguel. Number 7.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight, I proudly stand before you to talk about something that each and every one of us should be aware of. It is our overall well-being, which includes our mind, our body, and our soul. Which is why we should acknowledge the wellness of our overall physical well-being. We should take care both our mind mentally and our body, which is physically. Our brain composes of many neurons, which is why it is the most important and complex part of our body. It controls our emotions, thoughts, our memories, and of course, it affects our physical well-being. Which is why I stand before you today as an advocate and as a proud Cordillera to tell you that when our mind struggles, our body also suffers, which is why we should listen to our body when it's telling us about when something is wrong. So how should we do it? First of all, we should educate ourselves by learning the signs of stress, anxiety, and other symptoms that occurs in our body. And we should also seek medical help. Seeking medical help is completely normal and valid. We should also be more interactive with others. We should communicate, share our thoughts, our feelings. Notice that sharing your feelings is not a sign of weakness, but it shows that you are strong. And lastly, we should prioritize our physical health, which is our body. So let's start tonight to treat our mind the same compassion and the same treatment as we treat our body. Remember, Thank you. As I continue, remember, your mind matters as well as...
Candidate number 7, your time is up. Thank you very much.
Or in the top 10, candidate number 3.
There was a time in my life where silence is my only refuge. I was bullied, criticized, and told my dreams were too big, that like me, I can never shine brighter. But through that pain, I found a power and purpose. I found a voice that can never be silenced, a voice that now speaks for those people that feels they are unheard and unseen. Through purpose and power, I found compassion. And through compassion, I found my advocacy. My advocacy is about finding your strength in your voice, aiming to empower every youth and remind them that their voice defines who they are, not their stories or their pain. Because I do believe that courage comes inside us, and courage also radiates from the people surrounding us. If one person finds the courage to speak, people around them are going to have the strength to rise. And now I stand not as a person who never falls, but as a person who chooses to rise. I challenge everyone here tonight, lift your voice, share your story, and together as one Cordillera, we can truly create an echo of hope and inspiration that can make our world a little kinder. At yamanat na yung bagay at pag-ibig na tayo.
Thank you.